So I'm going to show the steering wheel oscillation in a set of corsa competizione. I think it's road noise, which in a previous video I've shown the road noise setting is set to off. I don't think this camera will be able to see the settings, but I'm going to show it here. Some controls. Road effects is set to 0, which I don't know if that can be seen on the camera. And continue, drive the car. So here it is. I don't know if you can see that shaking. Well, it's turning, and I'm going real slow. And as I speed up, the car will recenter itself, obviously. So I'm well aware of steering center oscillations, where the car doesn't, or I should say, the force feedback programming doesn't know what to do in the center of steering, so it just oscillates back and forth in the straights. So that's what I'm assuming what it's doing now. Well, what it's doing right now. But even when I turn the car, I just use my steering, my hand here. Maybe it doesn't show up. It's shaking. Driving real slow because I can't drive like this quickly. It basically feels choppy in the turns. So it's not just center steering oscillations. Let's see if I can get show up while I'm not driving on the curves. So I don't know if you can see that shaking there. I'm assuming that's road noise. But I've set the value to 0. And it's not at 0. It's not off entirely. It's supposed to be third gear, but I'm not going fast. Oh. So I expect bumps on the curbs. But I don't expect bumps. So there's an oscillation, which is normal for some wheels. I have the damping, or the friction set really high. I don't have the damping set very high. I could probably try the smoothing setting. We'll try that. I'm going to set 2 here. Just set properly. So it's auto. So that's auto. Feedback is at, I'm actually at 100% feedback now instead of 90 or 98. Scale peak, natural damper 4, friction 100, natural inertia 100, interpolation 11, and the smoothing, the smoothing effect, let's turn it down to maximum smoothing is 0. Force is at, supposed to be at 120, spring is at 120, damper is at 100, supposed to be. Brake level is off because I don't have the brake modification. Shock is off. Brake force should be at 55. And then back to set 2. Okay. Let's try that with the maximum smoothing. Okay, it's still there. The oscillations while turning are still there. I don't know if that's visible on the camera. Usually that goes away when you turn the wheel. And if it's just motor oscillation, but it feels, like I said, road effects, which I have turned off. It's smooth the road effects, now they have the smoothing set to maximum smoothing, but it's still there. And I just don't like the feeling. It's not realistic. I would need a full motion chair to simulate bumps for it to be realistic. Having these bumps like this is not realistic in the wheel. Anyway, just highlighting that problem. I'm going to change that setting to change the, what is it called? The smoothing effects back to 100. Just direct input. There we go. slight turn on the wheel is shaking the wheel. Oh, can't do that one-handed. Normally, if it was just wheel motor oscillation, it would go away if I put any kind of steering input into the car. It's still just shaking the wheel. And that's that. Till the next one. Oh, I gotta turn off the camera.